Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about how to recover from traction alopecia. If you see me talking fast in this video, it's because this is the second time I've recorded this video. My battery's going low. Things are just not going well with this camera right now, and your girl needs a new one ASAP, okay? But that's not going to stop me from talking in this video. So let's go straight into it. So let's talk about traction alopecia. As you can see in the beginning, I also had traction alopecia before I did the big chop. To be honest with you, that was one of the reasons why I actually had to do the big chop, because I knew I was at that recovery stage from recovering from traction alopecia. So let's talk about it. What is traction alopecia? If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at the notes that I have taken so I don't forget what I'm about to say in this video. So traction alopecia is a repeated, that's the key word, repeated trauma to the hair follicles from tight hairstyles, relaxers, lack of attention to your hair, or hair extensions or weaves. Okay, so it's a repeated trauma. That means there's something that you're doing constantly that has caused you to get to this point of traction alopecia. And for some people, the signs that you'll normally see is that particular area could be very, very itchy. You may have lost hair in that area, which means you'll have a lot of patches in that area. When it's really, really hot, like when the weather is hot, that area is itchy, thinning of hair, hair loss, and so on. So the signs could be different for different people. What's really important is for you to acknowledge that there's something wrong here and it needs to be fixed. Okay, so I'm going to go through the steps on how to recover from traction alopecia, and if you follow my steps, within 6 months you should be able to recover from it if you follow my step. Okay, that's if you follow my step. So rule number 1 is to understand that you got a scalp issue and your scalp needs your attention, your scalp needs your focus. So that means you need to acknowledge that, look, this is recovery season. My hair needs my attention, my hair needs all the love, my scalp needs all the love that I could give it. And I'm saying this because you have to be mentally prepared. You have to put in the work to get to recovery stage. Okay, it's like your body. When you break a part of your body and you go through an operation, there is a recovery phase, and if you don't pay attention to the recovery phase, you can make the situations worse. Okay, I've seen a lot of people who have traction alopecia, they don't pay attention to it, they just wig it on, go on to their day-to-day life, or they continue with the same hairstyle that has caused them to get to this point, and they don't fix it, and then later on in life, the hairstyle that you love, you can't do it anymore because the condition has gotten even worse. So that's why it's really important for us to treat it right now ASAP. Okay, number 2 is to stop relaxers. Relaxers are chemical, okay, and they're not good for our scalp. If you've got fine hair, you need to stay away from relaxers for life. Okay, it doesn't work for us at all. I've got fine hair, but I've got medium density hair, but my hair is fine. And relaxers, I've realized, for fine hair is the worst enemy ever. But if you got traction alopecia, you need to stay away from relaxers altogether. Your scalp doesn't like it. It's very, very dangerous. It's a lot of chemical and it's just too much for your scalp to handle. 3 is to build a routine. You have to build a routine because this is recovery process. So let's talk about it. If your hair is very, very low, very, very short, like very, very short, you need to be washing your hair either every week. To be honest, when your hair is very, very short, I see no reason why you can't even wash it every week. When I did the big chop, I was washing my hair every single day and I loved it. I loved it so much. I felt like water was getting in my scalp every day. That alone just wakes me up. I loved it a lot. But it should be once every week, and if your hair is full and long, then once every 2 weeks, because remember, the scalp needs to be clean at all times in order to use products that is going to help recover from traction alopecia. So if you're not washing that scalp constantly and you just keep adding products, you're having buildup of dirt, and then you're making the situation worse. So you have to wash it either once every week or once every 2 weeks. Don't tell me you don't have time. You have time. You're just being lazy. Create that time. Okay, you will have time. All right, when you care for your hair, you will find the time. The next point is when you are washing your hair. So the routine is to wash your hair, deep condition, rinse out conditioner, repeat the following week. That is the routine. When you are picking a shampoo, shampoo is very important. You must pick a shampoo that has zinc in it. Okay, a shampoo that focuses on the scalp. So I've got a few samples here for you. I've got a Design Essential Peppermint and Aloe Vera Therapeutics Anti-Age Shampoo. It's got zinc of 1%. Let me tell you, when this product hit your scalp, oh my days, you will know that it's doing what it says. Okay, you will feel that mental effect on your scalp. Like, this stuff works immediately. Okay, so this is one that I recommend. I really love this stuff. This product, it stops the flakes, it controls the itchiness. You will feel that mental on your scalp. You just have to make sure that the shampoo hits your scalp. Remember, shampoos for the scalp. Don't worry about your hair. Your hair is going to get clean while you're rinsing it out, but it must touch your scalp. Another one I've got here is the Mizani Scalp Care Shampoo. This is also really good. It's got 1% zinc in it as well. Make sure it hits your scalp. Don't be quick to wash the shampoo away. You know, clean your scalp with it and let it stay on your scalp for like a minute or two, so that menthol really gets in there. You must feel that mental effect on your scalp. That's how you know that the product is really working. So when you are picking a shampoo, it must be a scalp care shampoo. It must be a shampoo that is focused on your scalp. It's very important that the shampoo you pick also have natural products in them. These shampoo, they've got peppermint in them, which really helps with the scalp. One of them also got the aloe vera in it as well. I will list this product in the description box on my YouTube channel. That's point number one. Also, your deep conditioner, make sure your deep conditioner is very moisturizing. You must pick a natural deep conditioner. So for me, it would be the TGIN Miracle Honey Miracle Mask Deep Conditioner, something like that. Anyway, they work amazing on 4C hair, on natural hair in general. Another point here is to also sacrifice. Okay, so your scalp is at that recovery stage, which means that you're gonna have to sacrifice some particular hairstyles in order to get your scalp back to its best place, which means that there's some hairstyles that you will no longer be able to do until your scalp has recovered. So those hairstyles will be braids, because braids is high manipulation, and your hairdresser is going to pull that hair from a place where it's already been damaged, from a place where the scalp is already hurt, it's wounded, and now you're still doing high manipulation on top of it. So you can see that you're actually making the situation worse instead of making it better. So I would stay away from braids. I would stay away from weaves. Some of you, naturally, your hair does not like external hair extensions. You will notice that some of you, your hair prefers you to just style your own hair and don't add anything else to your hair, like extensions, silicone, all that kind of stuff. So if you know that you're part of those people where your hair doesn't like you to use external like hair extensions, then please don't use it. Listen to your hair is very important. I don't advise you to wig. Okay, stay away from the wigs. As much as you lot always have an argument with me about these wigs, I'm gonna keep saying it because I've been there. I've worn wigs when I had traction alopecia, and it made the situation even worse. Okay, because the scalp needs to breathe. The scalp needs fresh air. You don't need to protect that hair from the fresh air. It needs fresh air. It needs to be breathable. Okay, so I don't advise you to wear wigs. You're only sacrificing these things for like 6 months, 4 to 6 months. Once it gets back to its best position, you can go back and do the hairstyles you want to do. Okay, so what I do advise is to do low manipulation hairstyles, things like a flat twist. I love flat twist. It's easy to do, it's easy to take out. You don't want to do tiny cornrows. Try and make the cornrows a little bit thick, because you don't want to get frustrated when you're taking them out. Make sure that whatever hairstyle you're doing, they are not too tight. You don't want tight hairstyles. You're making the situation worse. You should not be going to bed with a painful head. meaning the hairstyle must not be painful. If the hairstyle is painful, there is a problem and it needs to be fixed. You must not do painful hairstyle. I would advise you to try and do your hair yourself. The health of your hair is more important than the style of your hair. Try and do your hair yourself. Another advice that I've got is you have to oil or moisturize your scalp. So one of the oils that I recommend for your scalp would be rosemary oil. There are so many people who can testify to rosemary oil. I have used rosemary oil. Rosemary oil is amazing when you have hair loss, patches on your scalp, when you've got an itchy scalp. Rosemary oil is the best product that you can use, okay? And if you're using rosemary oil, please make sure that it is organic. It is organic and it must be mixed with a carrier oil. Please do not put organic rosemary oil directly on your scalp. I beg you, do not do that. Please get a carrier oil, mix it with your rosemary oil. Make sure that the rosemary oil is a little bit more than the carrier oil. So when I mean a carrier oil, I'm talking about almond oil, virgin oil, stuff like that. Make sure that your rosemary oil is a little bit more than that, and get a bottle obviously and mix it, and then put it on your scalp in those areas where you've got traction alopecia. The thing about rosemary oil is, if you do not have traction alopecia, you don't have hair loss, you don't have hair patches, then you don't need to use rosemary oil, because that's what it works for. So if you've got dandruff but you don't have hair loss and you don't have thinning of hair, then rosemary oil isn't it. It's not going to do anything for you, really. You're better off going for peppermint or something else. Rosemary oil only works for patches on the scalp, hair loss, thinning of hair, stuff like that. Your edges, maybe you've lost your edges, rosemary oil will work in things like that. But apart from that, I would recommend peppermint oil. I've seen people use that, and there's so many out there. And if you don't want to oil your scalp, another recommendation would be to use a scalp cream. So I don't want to say cream because it's not a cream. They're usually made from petroleum oil, or is it petroleum jelly? What are they? Petroleum mineral oil, really. And it's something like this, okay? And it's not too thick, but it's usually clear. And let me see if I put it on my hand right now. Okay, so I don't know if you can even see that. It's really, really clear, okay? And you put this on your scalp and it's going to give you a mental effect. So this is Design Essential Therapeutic Anti-Age Scalp Treatment and Dandruff. I do recommend this if you've got a scalp issue, dandruff issue, itchy scalp, whatever issue you've got in your scalp. I definitely recommend you use this. It really works amazing, okay? And the thing is, you don't want to use thick creams on your scalp. I know there's a lot of hair dressing creams that would say you can use it on your hair and then you can use it on your scalp. No, it's too thick. You don't want to do that. You want something that is got a petroleum base in it for your scalp, because again, it needs to be breathable. You don't want to use thick butters on your scalp. It's too thick. You don't want to do that. So you moisturize your scalp once a week. You don't need to do this every day. If you're using a shampoo that's got zinc in it, when you wash your scalp once every week or once every 2 weeks, and you're also moisturizing your scalp with something with petroleum or with an organic oil, then you shouldn't have to use it every single day, okay? Because that way your scalp is getting like double treatment, if you know what I'm saying. So that is pretty much it, I think. Yeah, and I also want to say that the reason why I recommend this product is because it's got that mental effect. So I've done a video where I've used this product on my scalp. So you use this product after you've washed your hair. Once you've shampoo, deep condition, rinse, conditioner, everything is finished, put this immediately while your hair is wet. Make sure it is touching the scalp, not your hair, the scalp. And then when you do that, then wrap your hair into some towel or whatever, and I'm telling you, you're gonna feel that menthol on your scalp, and you'd be like, yes, that's the goal. That's the goal. That's what you need. So these are my tips on how to recover from traction alopecia. This is what has worked for me when I had traction alopecia, and I recovered from it within 5 months, 5 or 6 months. I was able to go back to doing the hairstyles that I want to do, because I took care of my hair, and I realized that, look, my hair needs my attention, my scalp needs my attention. I must take care of it. I must treat it so that I can go back doing the hairstyles that I want to do. Now, even though you are in the recovery stages of recovering from traction alopecia, I still want you to feel beautiful. I still want you to feel confident in going out. So if you can still do flat twist and cornrows, try and get yourself some clip-in extensions in the meantime, because clip-in extensions, as long as the clip-ins are not touching your scalp, it's safe. Okay, make sure the clip-in extensions are not touching your scalp. It's clipped onto your hair. All right, and try and avoid the clip-in extensions in the areas where you've got issues. Okay, that is it for this video. I hope you all are blessed. I hope this video has helped you out. If there's anything you want to ask me, please do leave it in the comment section. Hit the like button if you like it, and I'm gonna see you all in my next video. Stay blessed and stay beautiful. Bye.